When it comes to losing weight, are you tired of trying everything with little to no success? Or are you wanting to shed some weight but not really sure what will actually work? Well, if so, I've got you covered as I'm sharing fat burning yoga and weight loss tips in today's video. Hey, High Vibes Nation! Welcome back to another video. I'm Mandy, Life Cheerleader, and I uplift others to raise their vibration. I feel happy to have y'all joining me for a topic that I feel so passionate about, weight loss. I'll be sharing weight loss yoga and lots of tips on how you can shed unwanted weight. With such an expansive topic, I have a lot to share with y'all, and I want to get right to it. But before I do, please make sure you give a little thumbs up like to this video, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to hit that little notification bell so you'll be informed each and every time I upload a new video. And I have tons coming up for you guys, so make sure you do. And make sure you stick around till the very end of the video where I'll be revealing a weight loss tip that has been a game changer for me. And it's a pretty juicy, delicious one, so you won't want to miss it. Okay, now let's get our bodies into fat burning mode. Alright guys, so for today's yoga practice, you don't need any props. All you need is, as I always like to say, an open heart, an open mind, and an open spirit, and of course your body. But if you do want to have a few props on hand, I always like to recommend them in case you do. So, a few that you might want to have is a yoga strap. This can come in handy for lots of different reasons, but primarily it'll help you to get a little deeper into any of your stretches. Another one that can come in handy is just having a towel. Now again, if you actually don't have a yoga strap, you can always use like a fashion belt, or you can actually use a towel to help you get a little deeper into those delicious stretches that we do on my channel. And obviously you can also use the towel to wipe away any sweat or any sweat that accumulates on your mat. I always like to suggest as well an all-natural mat cleaner, because sometimes, let's be honest, especially in the day and age we're in, we always want to be clean and serene, and this can really help to clean off any debris that is on your mat. Another prop that is always useful, I find, for whether it's just stretching or also for massage purposes, sometimes I have a yoga block, and like what I'll do with this is put it in between my shoulder blades and literally just lie on it and like spread my arms out. And honestly guys, this feels so good. So a yoga block can come in handy. And here we have what I use as a makeshift yoga bolster, which is just a folded blanket. And this one you can use again just to prop different parts of your body up. Again, with yoga, not so much in today's practice, but just in general, you can also have a blanket on hand in case you get a little chilly. Sometimes in Shavasana, your body temperature goes down a little bit. So you might just want to have a blanket on hand. And of course, last but not least, you may want to just pull out your yoga mat if you do have one. If you don't have a yoga mat, you can definitely use a large towel and just put that on your floor. And other than that, guys, let's get moving. Mwah! Just a friendly and kind reminder to you guys out there. I just want y'all to know that it does no one service to compare yourself to either myself or any of the other yogis, or even if you guys happen to be practicing with somebody else at home. You know, this journey of yoga, this body, mind, soul, spirit, awakening within and connection is really your own journey each and every day. So don't compare yourself to others, just do better than your yesterday's self. And also, you just want to honor where you're at. There are days when I don't necessarily feel like taking a stretch in its full entirety. Just go with the flow, literally. Yoga is all about flow and connecting your breath through movement. So without further ado, we're gonna get into it. So each of the postures today are definitely more targeted towards fat burning, weight loss, abdomen, because I know a lot of people out there really want to tone and tighten their abdomen area, and I chose these ones just for y'all to do so. And we're gonna hold each posture for about 20 seconds. Now, if you're at home and you're really feeling called to hold one longer, by all means do just that. This is your practice. I'm merely someone who is just sharing some poses with y'all and showing you, you know, hopefully the proper, correct, and beautiful way to do them. But I'm just taking you through the flow. So if you want to hold some longer than others, be my guest. Just make it your own practice. So posture number 1 is a pretty basic posture, and it is a forward fold. So let's do it. So all you want to do is just get onto your mat here. Perfect. You want to suck in your tummy, your abdomen. You want to squeeze your gluteus maximus. You're just going to take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, just slowly start to come down. Have a little micro bend in your knee. You're just gonna come, if you're only here, it's awesome, guys, just stay here. Otherwise, for forward fold, you're just gonna bring it down as far as you can. That feels comfortable. And we're just gonna hold this for a few breaths. Keep breathing. Feeling that nice stretch in the backs of your legs. Beautiful, guys. One more breath in. Hands on your hips. Breathe out halfway up. Beautiful. Let's take one more inhale. And breathe it out all the way up. Amazing. At cinching your waist with that one. All right, pose number 2 is a very popular yoga pose, and that is downward dog. So let's do it. So for down dog, you're just gonna have your feet about hip distance apart. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Hands up to the sky, and let's do our forward fold. From here, you're actually gonna take your hands, you're gonna place them at the top of your mat, and slowly, because this one you just wanna get into it nice and slowly and naturally. You can pedal your feet a little bit until you can bring your feet as much as you can close to your mat. Put a little micro bend in your knees here. You want to also make sure you have a little micro bend in your arms, and you're just gonna drop your head naturally. So you're basically forming somewhat like a V formation. Shoulder blades are spread nicely apart. And let's just take a few breaths in down dog. Keep relaxing into your posture. Beautiful, guys. Amazing. One more breath in. And slowly start to walk your hands back to your feet. Let's come up. Amazing. And there you have your downward dog. All right, guys, our next posture is gonna be the opposite now. We're gonna do an upward facing dog. So let's do it together. So for up dog now, let's kind of put it all together. So we're gonna do our forward fold. Beautiful. Halfway up, walk it out into your downward dog, and from here you can just start to come into what would be normally a plank and all the way down, guys. Beautiful. Make sure the tops of your feet are resting on your mat. And from here, we're just gonna breathe in and come into a nice upward facing dog. Really strong movements today. Try to find that bliss point of pushing just to the edge without dishonoring your body. And keep breathing, feeling how strong and still your body is. Make sure you're smiling. Beautiful. Let's take one more inhale. And drop it down. Amazing, guys. Let's come up. And there you guys have your upward dog. All right, our next pose for fat burning weight loss yoga is a bridge pose. So for bridge, you're actually gonna come to the top of your mat, standing, and then you're just gonna come down onto your back, like so. Wonderful, guys. From here, you wanna have a flat back, and what you're going to do is have your legs bent and your feet are flat on your mat, about hip distance apart. And what we're going to do, have your hands beside you on both sides. From here, you're basically going to be lifting up your pelvis area. So you're going to come into that bridge. So let's do it together. Take a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, you're going to lift. Beautiful, guys. You don't want to protrude your pelvis, and you also don't want to have it sinking. You want to have a nice, even, straight line through your spine. I did just say that. Now from here, you can hold it here, guys. Make sure for alignment's sake that your knees are directly over your ankle. Just adjust so you have a beautiful, beautiful lineage throughout your body. Now you can leave your hands at your sides, or you can place them clasped under your gluteus maximus and kind of just wriggle your shoulder blades together so they are like this on your mat for an extra deep stretch. And let's hold it here. You guys are doing great. All right, one more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Oh, amazing. There you guys have your bridge pose. All right, guys, this next posture is an absolute abdominal workout. In yoga, this is boat pose, and let me tell you guys, this one is definitely going to work that core of yours. So for this one, you just want to come down onto your mat. Just sit like so. Now you want to sit up nice and straight, nice and tall. Make sure you have a really beautiful line in your spine. You're going to bring your legs in towards your chest without bringing them right up to your chest. Again, let's have a nice alignment in our spinal cord. From here, just to start, you can start to lean back. From here, you just already want to be contracting your abdomen. If this is enough, you can just have your arms out, or the full posture in entirety is going to look like this. And again, you want to have alignment, be sucking in your core, make sure your abs are engaged, and we're going to hold this. I know this one's a challenge, but let's hold this one because this one is really working your entire body. And let's just hold this here. This one is definitely an ab cincher, guys. Beautiful. Keep holding it. Amazing. All right, one more breath. And whoo! I definitely felt that ab workout. That is your boat pose. All right, guys, this next one is one of my personal favorites, and I often share it with you guys because it's just such a good posture for so many reasons, which is camel pose. So let's do it together. So for camel, you're actually just gonna come onto your mat and onto your shins, about hip distance apart. You wanna really nicely engage those gluteus maximus muscles of yours. Bring in your tummy. It's all about engaging your muscles. Really strong postures we're doing today. That's really gonna help you to accelerate that fat burn, that weight loss you guys want. So from here, we're gonna take a nice deep inhale. Now there's a few ways you can do this posture. If you're just starting out, I'm gonna come down onto my shins like so. If you're just starting out, you can place your hands behind you and simply just bring your pelvis up and hold this here. You're still gonna get the beautiful heart opening action of it. You're still gonna get a good workout. Now, if you're wanting to challenge yourself a little bit more, what you can do is place your hands, palms together at your heart. Just again, we wanna make sure everything's really nicely engaged. And you're just gonna start to slowly bring it back. Now with your hands, you can either stay here, or you can reach back, grab your ankles, and drop your head down and allow yourself to just melt into your camel pose. Keep smiling, guys. Knowing how much energy, how much good prana is just flowing through you right now. The thing about yoga is it might just be a few moments in your day when you do a pose, or a couple of minutes that you go through a flow, but those few seconds or minutes that you devote to yourself getting still in silence and solitude, those can make the biggest difference in the rest of your day. One more breath in. Beautiful. And slowly start to come up. Whew, I definitely felt that. And that's how you're gonna get your rock solid abs. All right, guys, that was camel pose. All right, next up, we have a posture that is definitely gonna be working your abs again. This one's really good for detoxification as well. This one is plow pose, so let's do it. So for plow, you're just gonna come again onto your mat, onto your back. Basically with plow, you're essentially going to be keeping your head on your mat, your shoulders on your mat, and you're going to be bringing your legs up into the air. What we're gonna do essentially is bring our legs over our head. This is going to be so helpful in weight loss, in cleansing your body. What I'm gonna do, just to show you guys, I'm gonna come towards the edge of my mat so you'll see my full body in posture. So if right now you can just bring your legs here, that's awesome, guys. Just come to where it feels, kind of at your edge. If you wanna keep bringing your legs over, amazing. I'm gonna bring my legs all the way over so you can see what it looks like. And if you can do it yourself, awesome. So it's gonna be like, amazing. So from here, guys, you can use your hands to support and just keep holding that.
Beautiful. Let's take a few deep breaths in and out. Make sure you're engaging all the parts of your body. Supporting your back. Beautiful, guys. One more inhale. And exhale. All right, guys, there you have a beautiful pull-out pose.
All right, guys, we are on our final pose of the day for weight loss yoga. Yay, you're doing so well so far. This one is a really relaxing posture, and it is just called legs up the wall. So let's do it together. So for this one, you actually want to be standing and facing towards the back of your mat. And all you're gonna do is come down like so. And for this one, essentially, you're gonna bring your gluteus maximus, that's right, up against the wall. Just inch yourself until you can get to it, like such. And then you're literally, I know this looks awesome, right? Super fun. You're gonna inch your butt up until it gets to the wall, and you're just gonna have your legs lying flat, straight up as you can see, and we're just gonna leave them here for a few breaths. Close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out naturally. This is really good for drawing out the toxins throughout your body, having your blood flow. And this one, as still as it may seem, as much as it might not seem like it's doing a lot of work for your body, it's actually a really beautiful one for fat burning, for weight loss, detoxification, and definitely relaxation, which I think we can all use a little more of. So let's take a few more breaths. All right, one more. And exhale, slowly start to bring your legs down. Honestly, guys, I could fall asleep in this one. It's so relaxing. There you have your legs on the wall. If you clicked on this video, chances are you're looking for ways to rev up your metabolism and your fat burning abilities, and ways to lose some unwanted weight. You might be feeling stuck, frustrated, or simply just curious. I can totally relate, as I've had my own journey with weight loss and big frustration with losing it in my life as well. And if you've ever experienced major insecurities about your physical appearance, I understand, as I've been there too. In my mid-teens, I suffered from an eating disorder. For many others, as well including myself, it really was based in a lack of feeling in control, which was pretty much based in fear. When I finally had my come to Jesus moment, I realized that I really needed to heal myself. Because I felt a lack of knowing how to keep myself in shape in a healthy way, I literally ended up consuming anything and everything I could get my hands on that had to do with healthy living, diet, nutrition, healthy recipes, you name it, I literally ate it up. What started out as a tragedy for me ended up spiraling into this amazing passion and triumph over learning how I could keep myself in shape in a really healthy way. It really ended up becoming a blessing in disguise for me because I truly believe that knowledge is power, and when we have more information, we can do more. My road to recovery has not been without many ups and downs. Now that I've spent years of researching and studying and refining my own techniques of staying in shape, I feel so happy that I can share with y'all now my most significant tips and tools to help you guys with your weight loss goals. So just a sweet note before I begin, I just want to say, for liability's sake, I am not personally an MD, so if you guys are going to be making any changes in your diet, in your lifestyle activities, in your supplementation out there, just know that the information I am going to be sharing with y'all is just merely suggestions based on my experiences and my own expertise. So before you start anything new in your life, I'd highly suggest you go and talk to your MD first, just to make sure you have a green light. I also just want to note that by no means is this video at all to do with how one should look, or, it's not about being skinny or having to be a certain size whatsoever. I am all about body positivity and loving yourself no matter what weight you are. I'm simply creating this episode based on the fact that I get asked all the time about weight loss and fat burning, things that you can do from y'all out there, as well as, because I struggled for so many years not knowing how to get myself into a healthy shape. I feel like it's my duty now, because I have learned how to do that, to share with you guys how you can do the same. This video was really made for those who are also struggling or who just wish to shed some weight so that you can become the strongest and most healthiest version of yourself. Y'all know how much I love you guys out there, so for anyone watching, I just want you to know that my only intention with this video is to empower and to help y'all feel and look your best, because that's what your body was designed to do. Okay, and now let's dive in. All right, guys, now for weight loss tips. Yay! So these are in no particular order. I want to say though, tip number 1 is positive mindset. And I did put this one first, this one only particularly first, because positive mindset is so important when it comes to achieving any sort of weight loss goal. Having a positive mindset really will make the difference between you achieving the, shedding of weight, not just from your body, but in general from your life. And when we are trying to achieve any goals, it's really important to make sure that you have decided, you really have to decide in your mind that you are committed fully and entirely to achieving whatever goal it is you have. It could be losing, 5 pounds. It could be losing 100 pounds. Whatever your goal is, you want to set it, and then you literally want to decide and commit to it entirely. And the best way to go about it is really just having a really compassionate, but more than anything, positive attitude. It's not to say, it's a matter of being delusionally optimistic, which you guys know I've talked to you about not being delusionally optimistic, but I think it is really important to feel like, you know what, I got this, I can do this. So positive attitude. And just a little side note on, mindset speak is it's also really important, going along with your mindset being a positive one, to also, my other favorite word, patience. When it comes to any sort of weight loss or health goal, typically, this is not an overnight success. It's long game, right? It's thinking long term. So yes, of course, you can definitely experience a little bit of short-term weight loss and, some short-term gains, but it really is about being patient with yourself along the journey, because you might end up, trying something for a month and you're not really seeing a big growth. but over the long term, you will, as long as you're consistent and you have that positive attitude and you are determined to achieve your goals, you will get there. So just be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, have that positive attitude, and make sure you stay patient. All right, guys, tip number 2 is having a calorie deficit. I know, this one is not brain science. The winning equation for weight loss is pretty simple. You must consume less calories than your body requires in order to lose weight. Or another way put, your daily caloric intake must be less than the amount of calories you're burning throughout the day. All right, moving things positively along. Tip number 3 is all about portion control and proper eating times. So guys, how much you're eating and when you're actually consuming your food can make a huge difference in your overall results. So if you're not sure where to start with all this, I'm gonna break it down into a few simple tips that you can start doing today. So one would be to use a food scale and/or measuring cups, because then you'll really get into the habit of knowing how much you're actually consuming. And for each body and each person, that can be very different. What y'all can do at home is, again, go to Dr. Google online, and you can actually calculate what your daily caloric intake should be based on your weight currently, as well as your activity levels. And when you're eating actually does matter. Now, I'm definitely not in the school of saying that you need to necessarily eat during certain times during the day, but I do think there is something to be said about pacing yourself so that you are not just consuming one huge meal and then that's it. Now, I know there are a lot of articles and studies and research and information. There's a lot of that's available out there in terms of how and what you should be eating. I'm just basing this solely on my own experience as to what's worked for me in losing weight in my lifetime. And I have personally found that when I eat during the day and I space out my meals, for them to all include, obviously, the proper ingredients, which we will be getting to soon, so don't worry, guys. But I have found that by pacing myself with these healthy meals throughout my day, my energy levels don't tend to slump as much, and my metabolism is revved much more than if I don't eat for a while and then all of a sudden I pour my energy into digesting one large meal. So for me, multiple meals a day does tend to work the best in terms of weight management and weight loss. Another thing that I have found to be really beneficial in terms of shedding body fat in particular is actually intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting essentially is when you allot a window of time during your day to eat, and then for the majority of the rest of your day, you don't consume anything. Now, typically it tends to be easiest if you choose, to start. I started with like an 8-hour versus 16-hour fast. So for 8 hours, basically, I'm open to eating. Usually I start my first meal, or I break my fast around like 12 or 1 p.m. And then I have 8 hours after that to consume my food for the day. So again, like what I tend to do in terms of eating, and again, this is just what I do. You can adopt it and see if it works for you. If it does, amazing. Maybe you need to adjust, but here's somewhere where you can start. I tend to generally break my fast with a healthy meal, and then I'll have sometimes a snack in between, sometimes I won't, and then I'll have my second meal like a couple of hours later, and then might have a snack, might not, depending on how I'm feeling, and then I have my third sort of meal of the day within that 8-hour window, and again, I might have a snack. It just depends on my activity levels during the day, and really I just ask myself how I'm feeling. That's the most important thing when it comes to anything something, especially to do with health and wellness, when you start something, how do you feel? I feel my best eating this way, and I try my best. It's definitely a work in progress, but I try my best to do intermittent fasting because the benefits, especially when it comes to weight loss, are amazing. So y'all might want to just try intermittent fasting. And again, you can Google intermittent fasting. There's loads of information on the internet available to you if that's something you guys want to try as well. All right, guys, tip number 4 is, I thought I'd bring this on for you guys. Drink more water. Cheers. I'm going to have a sip for all of us. Yum. And this one actually has a lemon slice too, which is really good for detoxification purposes. The reason why water is so important is because our bodies are made up mostly of water. When we drink water and we drink enough of it, which, let's be real, sometimes we can even go for hours, if not all day sometimes, consuming enough water, what tends to happen is we actually put a stunt in our natural ability to detoxify ourselves. And water helps to flush out a lot of toxins. It really helps to also lubricate our joints and muscles, things that, you know, assist in our digestion, assist in us building muscle, assist in us losing that weight that we really want. And ideally, you should be drinking water throughout your entire day to always make sure that you're constantly like flushing out all that nasty stuff and assisting in your body's ability to lose weight. The other reason why it's so important to drink water, especially if you want to lose weight, is because a lot of times when we think we're hungry, we're actually just thirsty. So a rule of thumb here is when you're starting to feel like hunger pangs, as they call them, or you're starting to feel like hunger kicking in, try to have a glass of water and wait for a few minutes and see if you're still hungry. Chances are you could actually just need a glass of water or some sort of liquid in you, and that's going to fill up your stomach enough to not eat. And I'm not saying by all means only drink water or do some like water fast or whatnot. I mean, for some people that's great, but what I'm simply suggesting here is to really tune in to see if you're actually thirsty or you do need food. If after a few minutes you still are really feeling that kind of ravenous, like I need to eat something solid, then maybe that's your sign that you actually do need to consume food. But cheers to drinking more water. It's always on my goals in terms of health, and I hope y'all can drink more water out there after this one too. All right, tip number 5 is to ditch the whites. So what on earth do I mean by ditch the whites? So white foods, as I'm referring to them, are generally white in color and foods that have been heavily processed and are refined. So some examples of these white foods could be things like white flour, white rice, white pasta, cereals, white bread, and simple sugars like table sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Simple white foods, or basically simple white carbs, are usually less satisfying for us. And in addition to being more easy to overeat, they're typically less satiating. You see, the body absorbs processed grains and simple sugars relatively quickly. An increased blood sugar triggers a release of insulin, and in an hour or two after eating, your hunger returns. So a good rule of thumb is to stick to complex carbohydrates most of the time and save those simple white carbs for special rare occasions. And this also applies to those high-calorie, sugar-laden drinks as well. All right, guys, tip number 6 is all about diet. I'm talking eating good quality proteins, healthy fats, and vegetables. So generally speaking, a good rule of thumb, again, depending on each body type, it's different. But what I tend to do is fill my plate majority wise with vegetables and low carb, basically, foods. And then from there, I usually have about a fistful for my body type anyways. What I require, I have like about a fistful of a lean, high quality protein. And then I usually have about like a thumb's worth, or maybe a little bit more because I do love my healthy fats. But I'll have something like, for example, maybe it's some slices of avocado or some coconut oil, some sort of healthy fat along with the vegetables and the lean high quality protein on my plate. So that makes a really nice, well-rounded meal. So for example, one of my, if you guys watch my Instagram stories, I'm usually posting one meal that I love making, especially for breakfast or, my first meal of the day, is a really healthy veggie omelet, because in it I put lots and lots of veggies, so I'm covered for that. And then obviously the eggs and egg whites is really healthy protein, but also because I do still use the egg yolk, that's some healthy fats as well. And then I usually make it in the pan with a little bit of coconut oil, so there's your healthy fats. And once in a while, not every day, but sometimes I'll even add avocado on the side, because why would you not? Avocado's amazing. So just in general, I do tend to eat something that looks mostly like, I would say, of all kind of the diets out there, more of a Mediterranean diet. And again, if I had to kind of put it somewhere on the map of the diets that you guys can look up out there in terms of what you might want to try, my diet is kind of like a hybrid, I would say, of keto and paleo, with an emphasis of, low carb and low refined sugars, in case you guys were wondering what it is that I consume. And that's, after many years of trying different diets and different, styles of eating, I generally feel my best eating this way. And again, it helps me to keep my body mass index at a healthy one. And it just allows me to feel and look my best. All right, on to lucky number 7. Tip number 7 for y'all is actually collagen. Now, collagen is something that I've been really obsessed with lately, and I would love to share a little bit of info about it with you guys, because it honestly has allowed me to shed excess fat and lose inches off of my body. So collagen is a really important component in our body, making up about 90% of our connective tissue and about 70% of our skin. And in general, most American diets do not contain foods that have collagen in them. And it's actually quite unfortunate, because collagen plays a really big role in anti-aging properties for our bodies, as well as, maintaining healthy joints and a myriad of other health benefits. Because of this, I have done a lot of research on various effects of collagen on the body, and I have decided in my own life to supplement daily with collagen. Collagen helps to rebuild your skin, your nails, your hair. It helps in digestive issues and really helping with having a healthy gut. As I mentioned, it helps with pain and joint issues as well. And a lot of evidence through many studies over the years have actually shown that collagen can actually help with weight loss. Now, there's no denying, after all of the research done, that protein is a way for us to feel really full, and it generally helps with people who are looking to lose weight. The unfortunate thing, though, with protein is that a lot of protein powders and supplements that are available on the market today are generally filled with a lot of fillers and nasty ingredients that are not so good for us. Collagen protein, on the other hand, is a clean protein because it just comes in its natural, pure form, and it generally doesn't have any additives or sweeteners mixed in with it. And because of this, it makes it a superstar in weight loss. Collagen provides fullness unlike other proteins. Collagen may help suppress your appetite. Collagen can help at retaining your muscle mass. Collagen can positively affect your weight. And again, this is just research and suggestions, but I have found personally in supplementing with collagen that it's actually helped me to significantly reduce cellulite that I was experiencing on my body. And we all know that when you have smoother skin, you do tend to look more toned. And so for me, I've experienced, again, weight loss in particular. I've experienced, losing inches from various parts of my body. Definitely have just been feeling and looking my best with, supplementing with collagen every day. And I definitely say for you guys, it's just really important to make sure that if you're going to supplement with collagen, that you know exactly where it's being sourced from and also the form that you're going to take it in, because let me tell you guys, not all collagen is created equal. I have taken a lot of different collagen supplements over the years, and I believe I found one that works really well for me in, achieving all the weight loss goals that I had, as well as just keeping me feeling and looking my best. And, I'm going to put a link right below in the description to the program and the collagen that I personally use. Is it the best? For me, I believe it is. Maybe it'll be the best for you guys too, but you won't know until you try it or some. So I am happy to share what I use because, again, I will never share anything with y'all that I haven't personally experienced on my own, as well as had significant positive results of using. Otherwise, I just don't see the point in sharing it with you guys because I want you to feel and look your best as I do every single day. So that is what I have to say about the superstar that is collagen. All right, guys, so speaking of muscles, tip number 8 is to lift weights. While doing cardio can certainly assist in achieving your weight loss goals, lifting weights can actually be more effective, and it will also give you a more toned look. While lifting weights can help you build muscle mass, that same muscle mass will then in turn help you lose fat mass. So it's definitely worth working up a sweat with weights. All right, now to get a little spicy up in here. Okay, tip number 9, in case you haven't guessed it, is to spice things up. Now, you might be asking me, Mandy, what do you mean spice things up? Well, I'm about to tell you. All right, I don't just mean having a spicy disposition. What I'm talking about is consuming foods that have a thermogenic property within them in order to rev up your fat burning abilities. Think muy caliente when cooking. Adding things like cayenne pepper, cinnamon, ginger, turmeric, all of these types of spices actually have properties within them that will turn your body literally into a fat burning machine. And if you're looking to really lose weight and you want to take the spice out of the kitchen, there are lots of other physical activities you can do instead of dessert. Yes. I just did that. Okay, guys, in all seriousness, I know, I'm like blushing now. Anyways, another way that you can spice things up in the kitchen for now is actually with coffee. Coffee has thermogenic properties that will help you to rev up your metabolism as well. And a great thing to do to make it really thermogenic, and what I want to share with you guys, a cool recipe, is if you actually put some spices in that coffee, because together it will be like a little whoosh, punch for your metabolism to go skyrocket so that you can lose more weight. All right, the last and final tip is one that you guys have heard me talk about quite a bit on here because I think it's just so important, especially when it comes to weight loss, and that is sleep. So when we don't get enough sleep, we tend to reach for more unhealthy foods as well as tend to overeat because of a lack of energy. Ever had one of those sleepless nights followed by a not so fun or unhealthy day? Another reason why poor sleep accounts for weight gain is because when we don't get enough sleep or our sleep quality is very poor, we don't feel as energized or pumped to do our workouts the next day. So guys, do your body and mind a favor and get a good night's rest. All right guys, and now I am about to reveal my game-changing weight loss bonus, which is walking. All right, before you discount this one as boring, please hear me out. Walking has literally been a game changer at keeping my weight down. Throughout my adult years, I have literally spent thousands of hours on my feet walking, whether it's just strolls or power walking or hikes, ideally in natural settings. I swear it's one of the most significant forms of physical activity that has allowed me to stay and get into the shape that I am in today. And it's also been a saving grace for my mind. If any of y'all watching out there are fellow walkers, I want to know. Comment below and let me know if you absolutely love walking too. And guys, this doesn't have to be hard. This can literally look like 30 minutes a day. That is it. And it doesn't even have to be 30 minutes at the same time. If you're a really busy person, you can literally break up those 30 minutes into different sections in your day. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk in the morning. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk at your lunch. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk at nighttime to de-stress and end your day on a really beautiful, positive note. And literally that 30 minutes can help with so many benefits for your body, including weight loss, but also it can help to, steer you away from so many other health conditions. And unlike many other forms of physical activity, it's free, it can virtually be done anywhere, and you don't need any crazy equipment in order to do it. On a final note, just make sure that you are wearing comfortable and supportive footwear, dress weather appropriate, and enjoy yourself on a beautiful walk. So guys, my eating disorder in my teens really stemmed from seeds that had been planted that were based in insecurity, lack, feeling, a lot of fear, and most significantly, just shame. And today I can honestly say that I have spent years weeding out those seeds and have now replaced them with beautiful seeds that looks like body confidence, self-love, flexibility, strength, body positivity, all that good stuff, so that I can feel and look my best. Of course, I still have times when I feel either frustrated or I feel triggered, but at the end of the day, I know that when I equipped my mind, my heart, and my soul with the proper information and the tips and techniques in my life, I'm able to keep myself in shape in a really, really healthy way. I feel so happy that I've been able to come upon all these different things in my life that I got to share with you guys today in order for me to be in my healthiest state to date, in my strongest, and just in my best state of being thus far. Most importantly, I feel the most comfortable I ever have in my own skin, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to not only just shed physical weight, but the emotional internal weight that I was carrying all of those years. So I just want to speak to y'all from my heart because you know how much I love doing this with you guys. And just know, if you're out there watching and you're either struggling or you're just feeling this beautiful, loving moment with me, please just hear me when I say this. Whatever size you are, whatever weight you are, your body is a temple. It is meant to be loved, to be cherished, to be appreciated and nourished, and most importantly, to be taken impeccable care of. All right, guys, I feel so happy to have shared this time together. And I want to know, what do y'all plan to do from today's video? Do you have a specific weight loss goal or a tip that you can share with the High Vibes Nation hashtag community? If you guys do, please comment below and let me and everyone here know. Also, if you guys are wanting help out there at losing weight and you want to hire me as a coach, I would be so happy to help y'all, and I'm going to put a link below in how you can reach out. I do offer free consultation calls, so if you want to just discuss your health goals, I'd be more than happy to. I also have a link below to some of the programs that I offer if you want to just go it on your own, but you just want a little bit of guidance in the format of a program. So I'll put those below for you guys. Also, if you guys feel it in your heart to support this High Vibes mission that I'm on, as well as this amazing video that you're watching right now that I've created for y'all, then I do have a Patreon page, which is basically set up. It's basically pseudo crowdfunding type site where you basically can make different denominations of donations, and you'll be rewarded with various rewards. So for example, on my page, I have, things like private yoga sessions, private meditation and breathwork sessions, private coaching, private calls, that kind of stuff. So if you guys do feel it in your heart and you want to donate, you can do so. I'll put the link for my Patreon page below in the video description as well. And to all of y'all who have already signed up for that and who are, supporting this journey that I'm on, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, because it really does mean the world to me to know that you're not just supporting my mission, but you're also helping me to just create tools for others to benefit from as well. So thank you guys. And I love hearing from y'all on social media. So please send me your progress. Send me your, highlights of your weight loss journey out there. Send me pics of you using some of today's tips. Just make sure you at me at Mandy J Ross. That's pretty much across all social media where I'm at. And if you guys feel also you want to, you can hashtag High Vibes Nation, because I do check for that, and I love having you guys as part of this online community. So please make sure you tag me in all of your amazing social media posts. All right, wrapping it down. If you're still watching, I know y'all love this video, so please give it a little thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel and click that little notification bell so you'll be informed next time I upload a brand new video. And I got some sizzling ones coming up for you guys, so make sure you do. And on that positive note, thank y'all so much for joining me for today's video. Namaste, and as always, I'm wishing y'all a beautiful day.